Have you ever trusted someone only to realize later that their smile was a mask? Have you ever felt something was wrong even when the person in front of you said all the right words? In every conversation, in every relationship, there are hidden signals, tiny movements, silent pauses, unspoken truths. And the moment you learn to see them, the entire world around you changes. What if you could read a person the way you read a book? What if you could see intentions before they are spoken? Today, you're about to enter a world where every expression, every tone, every hesitation reveals the truth. A world where you are no longer confused by people, but empowered by understanding them. So listen closely, because once you learn this skill, you'll never look at anyone the same way again. Have you ever met someone whose smile looked warm, yet something in their eyes whispered a different story? Or someone who said, "I'm fine," while their expression silently begged for help? We meet countless people every single day, family, friends, co-workers, yet we often fail to understand whether their words are real or just a mask. And that is one of life's biggest challenges. We don't truly understand people. This audiobook is here to change that. Through these chapters, you will learn how to understand others without asking direct questions, without getting trapped by their word, and without missing the truth hidden behind their expressions. Here you'll discover how to sense what someone is really thinking inside, how to identify when someone is lying or hiding something, how to read their facial expressions, their eye movements, their posture, and the silent signals they don't even realize they're giving. You'll learn how to recognize who truly cares for you and who is not worthy of your trust. You'll learn how to become a person who can read intentions before they turn into problems. This audiobook will sharpen your thinking and open your eyes. It will protect you from the wrong people and help you recognize the right ones, empowering every relationship and every decision you make. Imagine how many mistakes you could avoid, how many opportunities you could choose wisely, how much stronger your life would become if you could read people accurately. So, let's begin. This isn't a story. This is a voice that will open your eyes. Read people like a book. The art of reading people that can change your life. Chapter 1. The truth hidden behind the face. Everyone believed Ryan was remarkably wise. His smile always came with confidence, and his words carried weight. One day, full of hope, he invited his best friend to join him as a partner in his business. The friend accepted immediately and said, "We'll reach great heights together." But a few months later, Ryan's world shattered. Right before his eyes, his trusted friend disappeared, running away with all the money and leaving nothing behind. No trust, no business, no explanation. Ryan kept asking himself, "Where did I go wrong?" His face looked honest. His voice sounded sincere. So how did I not see the truth? Because people today are rarely what they appear to be. Their faces may look kind, but their intentions can hide in shadows. We talk to people every day but fail to understand their real motives. Why? Because we trust their words and ignore the real clues. Their body language, tone of voice, micro expressions, the depth or emptiness in their eyes. Every person speaks, even when they are silent. Their shoulders, their movements, their pauses, the slight tension in their face, all reveal what their heart is trying to hide. When someone speaks the truth, their entire body supports them. They sit comfortably, maintain eye contact, and their expressions stay calm. But when someone lies, their mind becomes stressed. Their eyes wander, their lips dry, their face twitches for a split second, a tiny micro expression that disappears in less than a moment. Every person also has a baseline, a natural pattern of behavior. When someone suddenly moves differently, talks differently, or reacts differently from their usual baseline, it's often because something is being hidden. So how do you use this power? Start with 3 simple habits. 1. Observe deeply. When someone speaks, look at their eyes before listening to their words. Are they nervous, tense, avoiding you? 2. Understand their baseline. Learn how they normally behave, then notice the moments when something suddenly shifts. 3. Don't just listen. Read. Are their words and body language matching? Does their face confirm what their voice says? The next time someone says, "I'm fine," don't trust the sound of the words. Watch their eyes, their posture, their expression. This is the first step to reading the true nature of people. Chapter 2. Your eyes can see what others hide. Nora was a school teacher, intelligent, simple, and trusting. She became friends with a fellow teacher named Robert. He had a charming personality, calm, helpful, always smiling. Nora felt he was a genuinely good person. He listened to everyone and supported everyone. Slowly, she began trusting him. She opened up about her problems, her challenges at home, her personal worries. But soon, strange things started happening. Robert was sharing her private words with others. The man who smiled kindly was secretly mocking people. The man who appeared helpful was always expecting something in return. Nora felt devastated. Why didn't I see this before? Was I blind? She asked. But she wasn't blind. She simply didn't look where she should have. Most of us are excellent at listening and good at speaking, but very weak at seeing. We get trapped in the comfort of sweet words while the truth is quietly reflected in the face, the body, and the eyes. This is why people lie to us. This is why we get deceived. And this is why we so often look back and think, I wish I had known earlier. But we could have known if we had looked properly. Observation isn't just looking, it is seeing with awareness, attention, and understanding. If you're enjoying this audiobook so far, remember to like the video. It helps us bring you more powerful content. Every person you meet is constantly sending out signals. Tiny movements, subtle shifts, expressions that flash in a fraction of a second. The direction of their eyes, the rise and fall of their voice, the looseness or stiffness of their posture, the twitch of a finger, the hesitation on their face. Each one of these tells a story if you know how to read it. To understand these signals, you must first understand baseline behavior. Every individual has a natural rhythm, their normal way of talking, walking, reacting, and expressing emotion. Some people speak fast, others speak slowly. Some gesture wildly with their hands while others stand still and calm. Some look directly into your eyes while others avoid prolonged contact. Your first task is to observe someone when they are relaxed and not under stress. That is their baseline. Once you understand that, every shift becomes meaningful. If a person who normally looks you in the eye suddenly starts avoiding your gaze, it's not random. Something is happening. If someone who speaks confidently suddenly becomes hesitant, stammers, or pauses, a truth is being concealed. These shifts are micro-signals, tiny clues that reveal hidden emotions. Even the most honest person gives away signs when they lie. A sudden smile that doesn't reach the eyes, licking or wetting their lips while speaking, sweat appearing on the forehead even when the room is cool, raising just one shoulder, a sign of discomfort or uncertainty. But remember, context matters. A crossed arm can indicate fear, judgment, or simply cold weather. A smile may hide sadness or may simply be politeness. Always observe the situation around the action. Now let's talk about using observation in daily life. Observe first, react later. When someone says something important, don't rush to reply. Look at their eyes. Listen to the tone behind their words. Are they nervous, steady, confused? Is something being hidden? For example, when a child says, I did my homework, don't focus on the words. Focus on the eyes. Patterns matter. One-time actions are accidents, but repeated behavior becomes truth. Someone who repeatedly avoids eye contact during specific topics is revealing discomfort or guilt. Someone who constantly shifts subjects may be hiding something. Observe in silence. Speak less. Watch more. Most people reveal their truth when you fall quiet. When they don't feel watched, their real expressions emerge. Practice this. During a conversation with a friend or colleague, stay completely silent for 2 minutes and just observe. Notice their posture, their gestures, their eyes, their breathing. To become sharper, keep 4 notebooks, your observation journal. Every night, choose one person you interacted with. Write down their tone, their gestures, their eye movement. Note what's normal for them and what changed that day. In 3 weeks, your eyes will start catching truths others miss. Seeing is easy. Understanding is power. If you learn to observe correctly, betrayals will decrease, relationships will strengthen, and your decisions will become clearer. The next time you meet someone, don't just hear their voice. Read the truth written on their face, their hands, their posture, and their eyes. This is real observation, and this is the next step in mastering the art of reading people. Chapter 3, Baseline and Deviation. Recognizing the truth in every person. Everyone hides something. Fears, insecurities, guilt, opinions, intentions. The question is, can you see it? Adam was an HR manager. Every week, he and his team interviewed new candidates. They met dozens of people, listened to stories, assessed personalities. Yet sometimes, despite experience, they chose the wrong person. One day they interviewed a man named Sam. Calm, collected, confident, speaking smoothly without any sign of nervousness. Sam shared impressive experiences, talked about teamwork, and sounded like the perfect fit. Adam felt convinced and hired him within days. At first, everything looked good, but slowly complaints began to rise. Sam belittled coworkers. He shouted in anger. He gossiped behind the team's back and created friction every chance he got. Adam was shocked. He replayed the interview in his mind and wondered, I saw honesty in his eyes. How did I miss the truth? Because we often judge people in one moment, the moment we meet them. We judge their smile, their tone, their confidence without asking, is this how they behave all the time? Or is this just a performance? That is the biggest mistake. Baseline versus deviation. Baseline is a person's everyday behavior, how they walk, talk, laugh, move, and react. Deviation is when they suddenly behave differently from that usual pattern. This is where the truth hides. For example, change in communication. If someone who always speaks clearly suddenly stammers when you ask a particular question, that deviation reveals discomfort or even dishonesty. Change in eye contact. Someone who always looks directly at you but suddenly avoids your gaze may be hiding guilt, fear, or uncertainty. Change in body language. If someone who is usually full of energy suddenly becomes quiet and stiff, it means something is happening inside them. Anger, sadness, or a hidden truth. Different behavior isn't wrong, but it's meaningful. It's a sign you should pay attention to. So establish baselines. Observe your loved ones daily. Notice their tone, posture, gestures, and eye behavior. Keep a notebook. Study one person each day. And whenever someone suddenly behaves differently, looks away, circles around an answer, or shifts their tone, stay alert. Don't accuse immediately. Don't judge too quickly. Just observe carefully and never take anyone's behavior for granted, not even your own. If this audiobook is helping you grow, remember to subscribe for more powerful life lessons. Never judge a candidate by a single moment or a single expression. People reveal different sides of themselves in different environments. That is why Ryan, once fooled by a dishonest friend, learned the value of observing a person repeatedly. And that is exactly what Adam did after making his own mistake in hiring Sam. He stopped relying on first impressions. Now, whenever he meets a new candidate, he doesn't limit the interaction to just one formal interview. He meets them 3 different times. A formal interview to see professionalism, a casual conversation to see natural behavior, a team discussion to see how they interact socially. Each environment pulls out a different version of the same person. Adam watches carefully to see whether all 3 versions match the same baseline. When he notices a deviation, he becomes alert. And now, because he reads behavior instead of believing only words, his team is stronger, mistakes are fewer, and his confidence has grown. He's no longer just an HR manager. He has become a behavior reader, and the same can happen for you. Everyone is a book. To read them, first understand the cover, then study the changes in the pages. So next time someone talks to you, quietly ask yourself, is this the same person they usually are, or is something being hidden? The moment you notice a difference, you've already taken a step toward protecting your emotional world. Chapter 4. It's not words that speak, but the body. Sophia trusted her college friend Kevin deeply. He was the funny one, always laughing, always making everyone feel comfortable. Over time, their friendship grew closer, and one day Kevin confessed, "I like you." Sophia didn't say anything at first, but her eyes sparkled with hope. But gradually, Kevin changed. Some days he suddenly stopped talking. Some days he made excuses. Some days he couldn't even look her in the eyes. Sophia kept wondering, was Kevin's love real? Or am I being fooled? Why do we ignore body language? Why do we trust only words? If someone says, "I love you," we believe it. If someone says, "I'm always with you," we hold on to it. But words are the easiest things to manipulate. Have you ever noticed someone saying they're happy while their face looks numb? Or someone talking about love while their body leans away, as if trying to escape? People can lie with words, but their bodies rarely lie. Body language is the silent language of truth. Your hands, your eyes, your neck, your posture, the direction of your feet. Everything communicates a message. Eyes reveal everything. A truthful person maintains natural eye contact. A liar either avoids it entirely or overdoes it. Frequent blinking shows nervousness. Hands reveal comfort or fear. Open hands show honesty. Hands in pockets or folded arms show discomfort, insecurity, or hidden intentions. Body orientation reveals connection or disconnection. If someone's body tilts toward you, they want closeness. If their body leans away, their heart is also stepping back. Feet reveal what the mind is thinking. If someone's feet are pointed away from you, even while talking, their mind is somewhere else. This is one of the strongest signs of rejection. Smiles tell the truth. A genuine smile creates tiny wrinkles around the eyes. A fake smile stops at the lips. The eyes stay cold. How to read body language in everyday life. Don't rely on words. Watch silence, stillness, eyes, hands, posture. Observe without judging. Your goal isn't to accuse someone, but to understand someone. First, learn their pattern. Every person has a unique body language baseline. Some fidget naturally, some sit calmly, some talk with their hands, some stay reserved. Once you know the pattern, every deviation becomes meaningful. Sophia started paying attention. Every time she asked Kevin if he was okay, he said, "Yeah, I'm just busy." But his body said something different. His eyes avoided hers. His hands stayed in his pockets, a sign of hiding or discomfort. His posture bent slightly forward, as if he wanted to disappear, and his smile, it never reached his eyes. That's when Sophia finally understood. Words lie. Bodies don't. She made a difficult but necessary choice. She distanced herself from Kevin and began bringing her focus back to her own life. She stopped fooling herself, and she started seeing people clearly. Now Sophia applies these lessons everywhere. Friendships, work, family. She listens, but she observes more. She trusts less blindly, and she never ignores the signals again. Remember, not every smile is real. Not every "I'm fine" is fine. Every silence hides a story. If you learn to read body language, you'll avoid deception and build deeper, more authentic relationships. So from now on, when someone sits in front of you, pay attention to their eyes, hands, and posture more than their words. The truth is always there, written on the body. Chapter 5. Emotions versus intentions. It's important to separate what a person feels from what they intend to do. Victor was a seasoned manager, 12 years in an IT company, hundreds of projects, and countless interactions with people. Victor built a strong, dependable team over the years. One afternoon, HR informed him, "We're assigning a new trainee to your team. His name is Aaron." Aaron appeared calm, composed, and endlessly polite. He offered help to everyone. He said all the emotional, inspiring lines. "I want to work really hard. I've struggled a lot. I want to grow under your guidance." Victor saw sincerity in his eyes. He felt this was a driven young man, so he gave him responsibilities and even recommended him. But 3 months later, everything collapsed. 3 senior team members resigned, and the reason was Aaron. Reports came in. Aaron was taking credit for others' work. He used soft, sweet words to get others to do tasks for him. And behind everyone's back, he emotionally manipulated Victor to look like the team's hero. Victor was stunned. He kept thinking, but Aaron was emotional. How could he be the problem? Because we assume something very dangerous. We think emotions equal truth. We think someone who cries, someone who shares struggles, someone who speaks softly must be genuine. But that assumption becomes the biggest deception. Emotion is temporary, a momentary feeling expressed through tears, tone, or facial expressions. Intention is permanent, revealed through consistent actions over time. People can cry and still deceive. People can look broken and still manipulate. People can talk about struggle and still use you for their benefit. Emotion can also be a tool. Many people use it for sympathy, guilt, or control. They paint themselves as heroes or victims, depending on what benefits them. So how do you recognize intention? Through action, not emotion. If someone says, "I'll do anything for the team," but never makes the team's work easier, understand they're just speaking. Their intention is not growth. It is self-gain. Before you believe anyone's feelings, look at the facts. A person may cry, they may say they're hurting, they may plead for sympathy, but what do their past actions say? What do their consistent behaviors reveal? Look for patterns. Someone repeats the same mistake, apologizes, then repeats it again. They're not emotional, they're calculated. Compare their words and actions. I respect you, but are they giving you credit? I care about you, but do they listen to your opinions? Actions reveal intention. Words reveal nothing. Observe people from a distance. Don't get emotionally tangled too quickly. People reveal themselves when you give them space. Victor realized the truth about Aaron. He blamed himself. He believed emotional stories, but he never examined intentions. But this time, Victor changed. Now he doesn't trust first impressions. He gives every new person an observation period. He watches consistency. He watches initiative. He watches actions. He built a new culture in his team. Actions louder than emotions. His team became stronger. The old teammates slowly returned, and Victor became a better leader. Not because he trusted less, but because he observed more. People who appear emotional are not always genuine. People who speak less are not always bad. Judge a person by their intentions, not their emotions. Intentions live in actions, not in tears. So next time someone tells you an emotional story, don't immediately believe it. Ask yourself, what is the real benefit here? Look at what they've been doing recently. Chapter 6. The true sign of a manipulator. When your emotions become their weapon. Natalie came from a middle-class family. Her parents had spent their entire savings on her sister's wedding. Now she was working hard, managing expenses, carrying responsibilities. At work, she met Rowan. He was caring, warm, always concerned about her. Every day he would ask, "Natalie, are you okay? How's your mother? You work so hard, but you never take care of yourself." Slowly, Rowan became part of her life. Natalie never confessed her feelings, but he seemed to understand her emotions. Then one day, Rowan said something that shook her. "Natalie, if you ever leave my life, I'll kill myself." Her heart froze. She felt trapped, cornered, controlled. Rowan had always cared, hadn't he? So what was she supposed to do? This is where most people fall, the emotional trap. Many of us think with our hearts. We get attached to small gestures, small sympathies, small compliments. And some people use that attachment to manipulate us. Manipulators don't control you with logic. They control you with emotion, guilt, fear, sympathy, love, and the most dangerous part? They never let you realize that you're being controlled. Manipulation is a clever strategy. Someone twists your thoughts and feelings while making you believe you made the decision yourself. Common tools of manipulators. Guilt. You don't care about my feelings. Fear. If you say no, I'll hurt myself. Obligation. After everything I've done for you, you owe me. Love. They make you feel special, then suddenly withdraw it to keep you hooked. 5 ways to recognize manipulators. They always play the victim. After every mistake, they try to prove themselves innocent. They twist everything to make you feel guilty. They emotionally pressure you to make decisions. They want love that is tied to fear and obligation. If you're in love or even slightly attached, these tactics work even faster. If you're finding these lessons valuable, remember to comment your thoughts. It helps others learn too. If you love me, you'll agree to everything I say. If you refuse, it means you've changed. Statements like these are not love. They are emotional chains. Manipulators use your feelings as weapons. They tighten control around your thoughts, your space, and your freedom. One moment they shower you with affection, the next they go completely cold. This push and pull cycle keeps you confused, anxious, and emotionally dependent. Then comes the classic psychological trap: ignoring boundaries. They repeatedly break your personal limits, your time, your privacy, your comfort. And when you finally protest, they twist the situation. "I'm just doing this for your own good." Slowly, respect dissolves. Then come emotional threats. "If you leave me, I'll harm myself. What will happen to me if you go?" This is the most dangerous stage of manipulation, when your emotions become someone else's control tool. How to protect yourself from a manipulator. 1. Set clear boundaries where you state them firmly. "I'm not comfortable with this. This is my limit." If someone truly cares, they will respect your boundaries without argument. 2. Recognize patterns, not words. A one-time mistake is human, but repeated guilt trips, repeated crying, repeated emotional pressure, that is manipulation. 3. Learn to say no without explanation. A genuine person respects your no. A manipulator twists it until you break. 4. Maintain emotional distance when your mind is confused. Whenever you feel trapped, ask yourself, am I doing this out of fear, out of guilt, out of sympathy? If the answer is yes, step back. 5. Stop blaming yourself. Your guilt is a manipulator's sharpest weapon. They make you believe everything is your fault so they can stay in control. Natalie finally decided to distance herself from Rowan. For a week, she stepped back emotionally and reflected. She remembered every message, every guilt trip, every threat disguised as love. Then she wrote everything down in her diary, every pattern, every manipulation. And when she looked at the truth on paper, she felt her heart tighten. Rowan had never prioritized her. He used guilt every time she asserted herself. He made her responsible for his emotional decisions. For the first time in her life, Natalie said no, not to him, but to herself. She told Rowan clearly, "Your problems are yours. I am not your cure-all. I need boundaries." Yes, she broke down afterward. She cried, but what came next was something she never felt while with Rowan: peace. Today, Natalie is in therapy, journaling, and rebuilding her life. She even began a coaching course teaching emotional awareness to others. She is no longer a survivor. She is a guide. Remember, manipulators don't understand your emotions. They use them. Not every sympathy is real companionship. Not every emotional conversation is trustworthy. Your safety lies in your boundaries, your no, and your awareness. So the next time someone gets emotional and tries to guilt trip you, remember, if love is forced, pressured, or demanded, it's not love, it's a trap. Now we enter a powerful chapter. The chapter where we learn to read faces, to recognize truths that appear for less than a second. Chapter 7, Micro-Expressions. When the face speaks without words. Ryan was a talented graphic designer with a dream of joining a major firm and making a name for himself. He arrived for the interview well-prepared, confident, and ready. Across the table sat the CEO and a stern-faced operations head. Ryan presented, passionately answered every question, and left the room feeling good. While waiting outside, a junior staff member leaned toward him and whispered, "Your interview was great, but for a second, when you mentioned the leadership role," the senior's eyebrow twitched. Maybe he didn't like that. Ryan was stunned. How could someone catch such a tiny change? But that micro-expression, that half-second signal, might have been enough to cost him the opportunity. From that day onward, Ryan began studying faces more deeply. He realized something powerful. People often hide their emotions, but their faces reveal the truth for a moment. A flash lasting less than half a second. This tiny window is called a microexpression. A microexpression is a brief, involuntary facial movement. It exposes a person's true emotion before they can hide it. Whether they're pretending to be polite, hiding anger, masking discomfort, or lying, their face betrays them in under 5 seconds. And here's the fascinating part. Every human in every culture shows 7 microexpressions exactly the same. 1. Happiness. Corners of the lips rise, cheeks lift. Crow's feet appear around the eyes sparkle naturally. 2. Anger, eyebrows pull together, eyes narrow, lips pressed tightly, jaw clenches. 3. Fear, eyes widen, eyebrows rise and pull together, lips part slightly, face freezes. 4. Sadness, eyes lower, corners of lips droop, face looks slow or heavy. 5. Surprise, eyes widen, eyebrows shoot upward, mouth opens instantly. 6. Disgust, nose wrinkles, upper lip lifts, face looks momentarily twisted. 7. Contempt, one side of the lip rises, a crooked half smile. The expression looks sarcastic or superior. These expressions last for just 0.5 seconds or less. But if you learn to catch them, you'll see people clearly, long before they speak. If you're learning something powerful today, remember to like this video. Your support helps the channel grow. Sarcasm, disgust, surprise, fear, none of it can be hidden forever. Micro-expressions always leak the truth, no matter how hard someone tries to act. If a person is being fake, their real feelings will flash for a split second on their face. To master this hidden language, develop 5 powerful habits. 1. Pay special attention to the eyes. Every emotion begins in the eyes and ends in the eyes. They narrow, widen, freeze, or flicker long before the person speaks. Eyes never lie. 2. Observe the face while talking. Focus more on facial movement than words. During sensitive topics, watch closely for even a 1-second shift. Tightening lips, raised eyebrows, flaring nostrils, or a micro smirk. 3. Study repeated reactions. If someone frowns every time money is mentioned, if someone's eyes drop every time you talk about responsibility, those are patterns when patterns reveal truth. 4. Practice mirroring. Observe your own facial expressions in the mirror. Feel sadness, joy, anger, disgust. Watch how your face naturally moves. When you understand yourself, you can detect those same micro movements in others instantly. 5. Record and replay when needed. In interviews, meetings, or negotiations, video recordings help you catch expressions you miss in real time. Replay, pause, watch again. Micro expressions become clearer with repetition. Ryan decided to master this hidden skill. He started with free online lessons. He watched his own expressions every morning. Then he began silently observing every colleague, every stranger, every friend. Weeks later, the same company he once interviewed for posted a new vacancy. This time, Ryan entered the room not only with confidence, but with awareness. When the senior executive asked, "Are you comfortable leading a team?" Ryan didn't answer immediately. He first observed. The executive's eyes narrowed slightly. His lips tightened for a moment. In that instant, Ryan understood the question carried a hidden meaning. They didn't want someone who would overpower the team. So he smiled softly and replied, "My goal isn't to lead from above, but to grow with the team. I work collaboratively." This time, he was selected. Ryan realized something powerful. Micro-expressions reveal the truth that words try to hide. Today, Ryan isn't just a designer. He is a communicator. In every meeting, every pitch, every conversation, he doesn't just speak, he reads people. Before a person uses words, their face speaks. You just need the eyes to see it. Micro-expressions reveal intentions, lies, fears, attraction, doubt, and discomfort, all without a single question. So next time you talk to someone, quietly observe their face. You will notice the distance between their words and their emotions, a truth most people never see. Now we move into a deeper skill, the hidden art of reading conversations, not the words, but what lies beneath the words. Chapter 8, Conversation. Reading, learning the truth, inside speech. Giant was a small shopkeeper. Every day, sales executives walked into his store. offering insurance, loans, discounts, promises. One afternoon, a polished salesman named Nikhil came. In a warm, flattering voice, he said, "Sir, we have an exclusive plan meant especially for you. We want reliable clients like you." Jayant smiled calmly, but when he asked, "If the plan is so good, can you email me the details?" Nikhil stopped for a moment, a 1-second pause. Then he said, "Sir, company policy is strict. There's no need to email. I'll explain everything right here." Jayant ended the conversation immediately. His friend asked, "Why did you refuse?" He seemed polite. Jayant replied, "His words were smooth, but when I asked something simple, he paused. Truth never needs time, lies do." He was right. Most people listen only to what is being said. Few listen to how it is being said. Real deception hides in tone, pauses, hesitation, repetition, and silence. Conversation reading means understanding the signals behind the words. Hesitation, tone changes. Sudden silence, shifts in voice speed. Topic diversion, over-explaining, repeating sentences. These are the real clues, the truth behind the conversation. 5 red flags in a conversation. Unnatural pauses. When someone pauses before answering simple questions, they are manufacturing a response. Truth doesn't need preparation. Lies do. 2. Repetition. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Repeating something means the person is trying to convince themselves. 3. Topic diversion. When someone avoids answering and says, "So what do you mean? Are you asking if I did it?" They are buying time. 4. Sudden change in tone. A calm person suddenly becomes nervous. A loud person suddenly becomes quiet. This shift screams guilt or fear. 5. Eye contact extremes. Some people avoid eye contact while lying. Others stare intensely so you won't doubt them. Both are red flags. Conversation. Truth techniques. Understand their baseline. Everyone has a natural speaking style. When that style suddenly changes, truth is being hidden. Use the truth trap technique. Ask a question in a way that suggests you may already know the answer. A liar becomes anxious instantly. Reverse inquiry. Ask the same question again later. A truthful person gives the same natural answer. A liar changes details. If you're enjoying this audiobook so far, remember to like and comment. It supports the story and helps others discover it. A lie may look smooth for a moment, but it can't survive under observation. Words alone aren't enough. A face alone isn't enough. Truth is always revealed through the full combination. Voice, face, words, silence, movement, and hesitation. From that day onward, Jayant changed the way he listened. He stopped focusing on the salesman's pitch and began focusing on the salesman himself. He watched the pauses between sentences. He watched how eyes shifted before answering. He noticed the hands, the breaths, the uneven rhythm in the voice. 3 months later, another salesman arrived with a new premium plan. "Sir, this is only for selected customers. No hidden charges at all." Jayant smiled calmly and asked, "So, can I exit the plan anytime I want?" The salesman paused. His eyes darted sideways. Then he forced a smile and said, Yes, sir, but there are some conditions." Jayant nodded, still smiling, and politely refused. That day, Jayant taught his son a lesson. Listen to what people say, but pay more attention to what they hesitate to say. Today, Jayant isn't only a smart shopkeeper. He is a wise human being who reads people, not promises. Every conversation has a hidden story. That story lives not in the words, but in the pauses, the fluctuations, the hesitations, the breathing, the silence. From now on, don't. Just listen. Observe. This skill can protect you from lies, deception, manipulation, and relationships that drain your soul. Chapter 9. Behavior loops. A person's true face is hidden in their repeated patterns. Sarah and Vanessa had been friends since childhood. School together, college together, even married around the same time. But Vanessa had one habit that never changed. Whenever Sarah needed her, she would say, "I'm coming. I'm with you." But at the last moment, the phone was off, or an excuse appeared, then another excuse, and another. Sarah forgave her again and again. Maybe she's busy, no problem. But slowly a pattern took shape. Every time Sarah needed support, Vanessa disappeared. One day Vanessa faced a crisis and cried for help. Sarah rushed immediately. Vanessa said with emotion, "You are my true friend." Sarah smiled, but something inside her had changed. She had finally understood that love is shown through actions, not through promises. People often say, "I've changed. It won't happen again. I've learned my lesson." But then, the same mistake, the same behavior, the same betrayal. This is the behavior loop, the auto-repeat button inside humans. Unless you learn to recognize this loop, you will keep falling into the same emotional traps, the same disappointments again and again. What are behavior loops? A behavior loop is a repeated pattern that becomes part of someone's character over time. People don't repeat mistakes accidentally. Repetition forms identity. If someone repeatedly lies, repeatedly procrastinates, repeatedly apologizes after anger, and does it again, it's not a mistake, it's a pattern. How do these loops form? 1. Habitual conditioning. People keep behaving the same way because it gives them a reward: attention, sympathy, or control. 2. Emotional shortcuts. Some respond to guilt with anger. Some respond to nervousness with lies. These become emotional habits. 3. Environmental feedback. When people around them keep forgiving, there is no reason to change. How to identify and handle behavior loops? Practice pattern recognition. Note how a person reacts in different situations. If the same behavior repeats more than 3 times, it's a loop. Use history more than words. If someone keeps apologizing but never changes, stop believing the apology. Set boundaries. Limit repeated forgiveness. Forgiving someone's toxic loop again and again strengthens their behavior. Check your own loops. Do you repeatedly give chances to the wrong people? Do you repeatedly ignore emotional warning signs? That pattern also needs to change. Predicting future behavior, question past patterns, plus present circumstances. If someone has done something before, and the situation is similar now, chances are they will do it again. Sarah made a decision that day. She didn't cut Vanessa out of her life, but she adjusted her expectations. She understood Vanessa's pattern: promise, avoid, feel guilty, repeat. Sarah now meets her without complaint, but she no longer invests her emotions. She accepts the friend, but not the excuses. Sarah became stronger, not by breaking relationships, but by understanding them. Now she reads people based on patterns, not based on sweet words. There are fewer betrayals, fewer false expectations, less pain, because she sees behavior, not promises. Remember, a one-time mistake is human. A repeated mistake is a pattern. Promises don't reveal intentions. Actions reveal intentions. Next time you decide to trust someone again, pause and ask, has this happened before? If yes, it will likely happen again. Now we enter the most important chapter of this entire audiobook. The chapter where we bring together everything we've learned and learn how to fully understand any person. Chapter 10. The Mind Map. Understanding any person completely. The art of understanding. Adrian was the CEO of a promising startup. The team was small, but the dream was large. Ambitious enough to keep them sleepless and hopeful. Investors had been approached. Seed money had been secured, and the foundations of their idea were laid carefully. Then one day, an investor arrived with a pitch that glittered like gold. A polished presentation, grand promises, and a contract that sounded like a shortcut to every goal the team had worked for. The room buzzed with excitement. The offer seemed irresistible. Adrian, however, sat quietly. He did not leap at the applause. He watched. He watched the investor's face as much as he listened to his words. The man's smile was too smooth, too practiced. The answers to difficult questions felt rehearsed, almost canned. And when conversation turned to the company's vulnerabilities, the investor's brow tightened for the briefest fraction of a second. A tiny crease, a nearly invisible hesitation. Adrian felt the hair on the back of his neck prick. So Adrian chose to delay. "We'll take a week to review," he told the team. He asked for time to check references, to call past partners, to read beyond the shiny slide deck. A week of digging revealed a pattern. The investor had a history. 2 previous startups, each seduced by promises and then absorbed, left barren after the dust settled. The man's golden words had been a pattern, not an exception. Adrian quietly canceled the deal. He had saved the company from being swallowed whole. He had done so not because he distrusted success, but because he trusted signals, the tiny repeating signs that told a different story from the pitch. This is the lesson. People are seldom judged accurately by a single speech or a single smile. True understanding comes when you assemble every signal, voice, movement, habit, and history into a single picture. We tend to perceive people in fragments, a sentence here, a handshake there, the warmth of a dinner, but fragments mislead. What transforms fragments into truth is the process of connecting them. A mind map of a person? What is a mind map? A mind map is the full portrait you build by combining each thread of behavioral evidence. The literal words they choose, the micro-expressions flickering on their face, the posture of their body, the cadence of their voice, and the patterns of their past actions. When you place these clues side by side, patterns begin to appear. Intentions reveal themselves. Risks and reliability become visible. Here are the 5 pillars of understanding a person. Words versus meaning. Listen to the words, then listen again for the intent behind them. What is suggested but unsaid? What is the quiet purpose that underlies their phrasing? Micro-expressions. Those split-second facial changes are truth's fingerprints. A brief tightening of the jaw, a tiny lift of one lip. These are the honest reveals that words try to hide. Body movements. Feet, shoulders, hands, and posture tell you whether someone is relaxed, anxious, defensive, or open. Body language is the continuous commentary of the interior mind. Tone of voice, tremors, pauses, speed changes, and pitch shifts. Feelings show up in the voice before logic does. Tone is the emotional outline of an intention. Behavioral patterns. Long-term habits and repeated actions are the strongest predictors. Past behavior is by far the best window into future behavior. How do you build a mind map in practice? Step 1. Enter full observation mode. When you interact, listen less and look more. Notice the tiny gaps, the soft pauses, the micro gestures. Let silence be a sensor. People reveal themselves when they think no one is measuring them. Step 2. Document interactions. Record, mentally or literally, what was said, how it was said, and when there were pauses or sudden shifts. Even a short note after a meeting, 2 lines on a phone, can capture the difference between a polished line and a worried glance. Step 3. Look for patterns. Does the person avoid responsibility when asked directly? Do they ask for sympathy more than they offer real solutions? Patterns repeat until they are interrupted by consequences. Step 4. Cross-verify signals. If a candidate says, "I'm comfortable leading," but their eyes narrow and their shoulders tighten at the mention of leadership, trust the whole signal, not the single sentence. Words must be verified by the body and by patterns. Step 5. Take a 360-degree conclusion. Now combine everything. Tone plus pattern, plus body language, plus words, plus history. Ask, does this assembled picture feel coherent or is it contradictory? Coherence suggests reliability. Contradiction suggests caution. Adrian turned this into company policy. He trained his team to read people as thoroughly as they read financials. Before signing contracts or hiring key people, they created mind maps, brief dossiers made from interviews, reference calls, pattern checks, and behavioral observations. 3 months into the new regime, a promising candidate for the marketing lead shown in the interview room. Eloquent, charming, persuasive on paper. But during contract talks, she kept adding vague clauses and avoided direct eye contact when questions touched the timeline. The mind map flagged inconsistencies. The company paused. Months later, when a related fraud accusation surfaced, Adrian's team knew they had made the right call. This is the power of psychological intelligence. Technical skill builds a product. Human insight protects it. So what should you do now? For the next 5 interactions you have, meetings, coffee chats, interviews, phone calls, practice building a quick mind map. Notice gestures, poses, small facial twitches, and whether the person's story matches their history. Every person carries a behavioral fingerprint. Your job is to learn to read it. Adrian's story closes this book with a practical truth. People are rarely what they appear to be at first glance. But when you learn to read the whole, voice, face, words, silence, and pattern, you will not be deceived easily. You will make stronger decisions, keep better company, and protect the things you care about most. This was the final chapter of Read People Like a Book. You are ready now to know and understand another person completely. Remember, people are complex, but their truth is visible if you learn how to assemble the signals.